The Ravens Flock presents The Black Files, an uncensored interview and review podcast for all geek fandom.
Let's try this one more time, shall we, folks? Welcome, everybody, one and all, to The Black Files. I am your host, Juan Rouse, one of the heads of the Ravens Flock, the tech guru of the team. I'm the guy who has been fighting for the last hour with this computer that decided that it wanted to try and fry its own brains out in the middle of us trying to start the show properly. We even had ourselves set up with a special guest and everything too, but no, it didn't want to behave for me over here. But welcome one and all to our uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, The Black Files. Thank you. You all know who we all are. I'm your host, Juan Rouse, one of the heads of the Ravens Flock. And I've got over here Jose Casabona, Dragon Fang, and Zayan Rose Cosplay are all joining in on the Zoom call. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging in there, and I'm sorry for the stupidity. I would like very much for us to office space the hell out of this computer if it keeps doing this nonsense. Would you like to join me in office spacing it?
No. We know, Juan. We know.
Yep.
Like, okay, so y'all are okay, but K-Storm says no office spacing? Why not?
Not yet.
I said... Okay, I didn't necessarily mean to do it now. I meant when it's finally been replaced and we have a new one ready to go. Then we'll office space it.
Yeah. Smash room.
Yeah.
Beat it up.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get a crowbar, a couple of aluminum bats, or whatever, and we'll just smash the hell out of it.
All right. Well, before we indulge into smashing things that are driving us crazy physically, let's focus on verbally smashing someone who's trying to destroy journalism.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And of course, folks, we at the Ravens Flock are continuing to be partnered up with our buddies over at Glitch Energy. Glitch Energy specially formulated smart energy blend keeps you running strong all day long, just like the Ravens Flock. Comes with 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 lag, and of course, 0 crash. By the way, Zayana, Dragonfang, one of these is for you. That's right.
Yay!
We've got nerdies. I got doubled up on the nerdies. One for us and one for y'all over here to take home when you get here. So, and yeah, they got it in a white tub now for some reason. I'm guessing...
I was about to say, I'm like, that's a white tub.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it, but you know what? I'm not going to argue it.
Maybe it's because it's holiday, so it's white, because snow.
Well, my figuring is... No, it's probably got to do with the fact that that's part of their fire sale, you know, that they're trying to do a clearance of all their stuff. So, So, folks, check out glitchenergy.com. There's no promo codes to throw in anymore, but tell them the Ravens Flock sent you, and let everyone know about how big of fans and nerdies we at the Ravens Flock are and will always be. So thank you for Glitch Energy for partnering with the Ravens Flock. I know, Jose, you don't you told me to not worry about the ad read because we're on the clock. My figuring is we already had enough time stolen by the stupidity here. I'm not going to diminish our experience for it. So I see the folks in our chat. We've got Lisa Boo, and I see Mia in the chat also. Hi there, folks. Welcome, one and all. And yeah, we did have technical difficulties. Our buddy, our friend Andy Signore, the Lord and Ruler of Popcorn Planet, a fellow internet journalist, was originally going to join us here. But you know what's? I'm guessing, you know, with us having to run an hour late, he's probably busy or needing to sleep. The guy's got a lot of stuff on his plate. I don't blame him. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for joining us here. It means a lot. It means the world to us. And no, Jose, I will not shut up. Maybe you should shut up. So take that. Speaking of people who aren't shutting up, I see Ulysses Fartnock is in the chat. Thank you very much joining us over here. Sorry I'll have to deal with this, but thank you for coming back. Thank you for having us. And thank you again, Ulysses, for the $20 super chat.
Yay! Thank you. We appreciate it. That is awesome.
If you smash the PC, have someone recording in slow motion while a certain song, not DMCA compliant, plays in the background. You know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Who knows? I don't know. I am in the market for some Second Amendment home security very soon. So maybe I'll just unload a clip on it at the end of it all. So who knows? I don't freaking know. I'm over here. I'm spitballing out of my butt at this point. That sounds gross. Folks, remember, Imodium and Pepto-Bismol can be your best friend if you're spitballing out of your butt like I just said. Ew, no, I'm sorry. Okay. So what we're discussing tonight is not just something that is important to us here at the Ravens Flock, but it's important to a lot of folks on the interwebs. And this took a unlikely turn in an ongoing story that we've been keeping tabs on over here on our end, since we are friends with the folks over at Popcorn Planet. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna say that we're 100% biased one way or another. I will, however, say we are we are friends of Andy Signore and Popcorn Planet. He's a good friend to us at the channel. We stick by our buddies over here online. We don't give a damn. We're ride or dies when it comes to our friends, especially fellow YouTubers who are literally just trying to make a living, who are literally just trying to get a move on and get a groove on. Now, for those of you who do not know what is up, I would like to give you all the simplest, most I just had a red hot poker shoved up my nose, straight up into my brain canal, and I just got an itch in my cerebellum scratched with this red hot poker. All right, like Egyptian mummification style, brain scramble. I'm that stupid. Summary of this story. Okay, now TLDR. There is a actress by the name of Blake Lively. You may or may not remember her from the series Gossip Girl. You may or may not also know she is the wife of Ryan Reynolds. You may or may not also know that she has different brands of shall we say, side products that she sells and promotes and does. She tries to do health and beauty products kind of stuff. The whole celebrity, I'm an actor and I'm branching out into other fields shebang, right? Okay, cool. So Blake Lively last year was part of a film called It Ends With Us. It was directed by a man named Justin Baldoni, based on a novel, which was meant to be a sort of dramatic it's a romance drama story of a relationship that goes wrong, ends up with domestic violence stuff going on, which, by the way, I gotta tell folks in our official obligatory disclaimer, we here at the Ravens Flock do not condone any sort of sexual or domestic violence in any way. If you think that we're trying to condone any of that, then you're a dum-dum, and you are very dumb. That is not what this is about. That's just a part of the story that Blake Lively was a part of in portraying this film. Okay? All right? Cool? I just covered our ass, right, Jose?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So, the craziness on this is that that during the post-production of this film, there was a lot of hullabaloo, there was a lot of hoopla and controversy and craziness and madness going on between the madness of Blake Lively and the director of this film, Justin Baldoni. So he actually had a lot more executive say in the production, as one would expect. The trouble is that throughout the process of making the film, by the way, K-Storm is lounging over here. She's in headphones. Hi. So the idea is that the problem is that there were stories, rumor, and innuendo. All of this is still being disputed in court and all this jazz. That Blake Lively was basically trying to Shanghai the production of the film after the fact by basically trying to muscle her way in through the production, through the editing process, through the marketing process, all of this being leveraged against the production company of the film, which is run by Justin Baldoni, which is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's called shoot, I forgot the name of the production company. Yeah, no, here we go. It was produced by let's see here. God, I just had it. I just had this. Yeah, Wayfarer Studios. Thank you. That's what's up. Okay, so the trouble is that there was an allegation that Blake Lively had put up, saying that she was experiencing sexual harassment from the director, from Justin Baldoni, because he also happens to be co-starring. He's the male lead. Yeah, thank you, Wayfarer. Thank you for that, Lisa Boo. So, she was trying to take this situation where there was like discussions in the middle of like takes and everything of like romantic stuff or sexual stuff. I don't remember the details on it, but she was taking that, blowing it out of proportion from what is being said, and trying to take that entire like discussion and turn it into, this is a whole problem because of how much sexual harassment I received from the director. He was trying to sexually harass me in the middle of the movie, which the situation itself was apparently had already been arbitrated in the middle of the production, but afterwards, but even after the fact, Blake Lively had decided to use the situation and hang it over Wayfarer Studios' head, to take over the editing process, take over the marketing process, take over the premiere of the movie, take over almost everything, basically almost erase Justin Baldoni almost from the process of making the film as a whole, which is pretty fucked up, no matter how you want to slice it. So the end result of all of this is that we have a situation now in court where Justin Baldoni saying like, no, hey, no, the problem is that like she's like we're basically being falsely accused of trying to undermine Blake Lively's career and her livelihood and all this stuff, and she's using all this as a way to try and basically put a kibosh to the entire process of the film. Even though the film already, when it came out, it already came and went. It had made tons of money last year. It came out in August 2024. And this entire ordeal had been blown up like crazy. And it's insane because of how much drama and how much chaos had been brought into it. And with this kind of chaos, with this kind of drama, you get internet journalists, you get people speculating from magazines, from newspapers, from blogs, from YouTube channels, all coming in on this stuff to like give our take, try to give our discussions, trying to give the most objective, or at the very least the most realistic like reporting of the case, because this had basically spiraled into the madness that we have. That's the lawsuit between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. So she sued Baldoni's company December of last year. And Andy, being the diligent the online journalist that he is, part of his channel on Popcorn Planet, he decided to also get on this beat as well, to start reporting the particulars of the case, going out of his way to try and get analysis, discuss with different legal experts, have other panelists try to come in and talk about this stuff. And that's where we have our problem involving our boy, Mr. Signore. Andy was basically subpoenaed by Blake Lively's legal team to hand over a buttload of personal data, a buttload of different bits of information, including confidential discussions, including like financial statements and records for Popcorn Planet, for the YouTube channel, in order to try to show the case of, oh, this is a coordinated attack against me and these YouTubers and this YouTube guy. He's a part of the of this horrible conspiracy that's against me to try and defame me because I'm so victimized, because I'm over here trying to speak out against being abused and sexually harassed by people. I am so terribly, horribly embattled. Woe is the life that is me, Ms. Blake Lively. It reads like bullcrap. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna mince words on this. We here at the Ravens Flock are not shy about giving our opinions, along with disgusting. Along with disgusting. I meant to say along with discussing the news in nerd and pop culture and geek culture and everything in between. So we're not gonna shy away of it. Okay. So and that's the short version. I'm sorry, I didn't have anything written or planned. I'm not as prepared at that, and we lost.
You're fine, dude. You're fine. Just stay focused. You're doing good.
I am staying focused. I'm also saying, like, I'm sorry. I'm like I lost an hour of discussion and actual composure. Trying to the office spacing. This will be so fun. I don't care. It'll be so much fun. I'll need to find someone's private property, someone who has like at least some kind of backyard that doesn't mind using any sort of Second Amendment based home security, because after we're done bashing this thing, I'm just gonna unload. I'm sorry, I just don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm that angry. I'm that frustrated with the computer. But I digress. Now, the problem that we've faced over here, and hey there, Mr. Geek Me Out, welcome to the Black Files. What do you think of Stranger Things Season 5? I haven't had a chance to sit down to watch it yet. I have work that I need to do. I am not free for much, which sucks because I'm also trying to run my campaign, and my current work schedule is cutting into my campaign time, and that's messed up, and I hate that, but I'm going to try and roll with that punch for as long as I can. So, rather than me explaining to you what the situation is involving Andy's portion in all this, I believe it would be better to hear it directly from the horse's mouth. And no, I'm not calling Andy a horse. It's just an expression. So anybody who's trying to think that, get it out your head. Because you're always sickos. You're always sick in the brain. Don't try me on that. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play from his own... Yeah, from Andy's own words over here, so y'all can see how things have turned out recently. This was literally a week ago where this chaos had been brewing. So for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, which I doubt anyone from our from our channel, from our audience hasn't seen Andy's discussion of all this, I'm going to show everyone, and I would like you all to take a moment to see for yourselves and decide for yourself where all this is coming in from. Hang on. This was not supposed to minimize. Here we go. So I'm going to show you, ladies, so you can see exactly what the problem is as well. There we go. And okay, so let's buckle up here, folks. Oh, I forgot I'm muted.
Yep, unmute, please.
I just did. Come on. Silly thing.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signore, and what I'm about to show you should terrify every independent digital journalist out there. Creators, whistleblowers. A federal judge just ruled that YouTube reporters are not real journalists. That's right. Blake Lively won the subpoena battle against me for now. But basically, this judge just said that our sources don't deserve protection, that powerful people can force us to surrender private communications on demand, even to non-parties. If this stands, the First Amendment doesn't apply to you unless you work for a corporate newsroom. This is chilling. This ruling isn't just wrong. It's a direct attack on free press in the digital age. And we have to stop it. I am not letting this stop me. There is so many problematic things in this ruling that I want to go through with you.
Okay, so putting it simply, yeah, like that's pretty much what was going on here. Now we've got a court document here that Andy is going to be Andy's sharing in this in this video, which is literally just the order explaining why he's not allowed to get the subpoena that Blake Lively's legal team threw at him and threw at several other prominent YouTubers and journalists and everything. But specifically, he's asking for the judge to say, no, he's asking the judge to throw the subpoena out because they're asking for more than what's necessary. They're asking for privileged information because I don't know if anyone remembers, like one of the things that comes to Journalism 101 is protect your sources. You protect your it's similar to like what you'd consider lawyer client confidentiality, you know, attorney client privilege kind of thing. But it's sort of that extends over here when it comes to people who practice journalism, people who are part of a news magazine or a YouTube channel here, which happens to be a news magazine. If you want to look at it strictly speaking, that's what Popcorn Planet is. That's what the Ravens Flock is. That we are a news magazine. We do discuss the news. We give our takes on the news. We bring up sources. We bring up articles. We discuss things about that happen in the world of nerd and geek culture. And we bring that stuff to bear for our audience, right? Like I'm not.
That's right. We do it. We do it every week. We do it every Saturday.
We've been doing that every week for over 10 years. We've been doing it for 12 years now, right? Sheesh.
Yes.
What the hell? So like so here's Andy's continuing to explain what's going on with his the subpoena being continued and enforced.
I've seen so many people try to unpack this, or some even trying to celebrate this. There's a lot that needs to be discussed. I wanted to take this video to go through some main points to hopefully show you how troubling this is. So please stay tuned, watch this video. Also, share the press release. You can find it on our website. Head over to the news feed to get the press release. You can sign up to become a member. That would help us now more than ever. You can also click over here to get to our new Give, Send, Go, because yes, this is going to be expensive. We are now taking this all the way to the Supreme Court if we have to. We will start at the 11th District first, and then we will go there if we have to. I am not letting them win this. This ruling, to me, with all due respect to the judge, Judge Griffin, I am just dumbfounded by some of the decisions in here, and I want to break it down. So go to the pinned comment, please, if you can, even just sharing and trying to, look, I want to do a press tour on this. So you might see me around if you know a channel. Heck, if you know another big free speech agency, yes, we're talking to the ACLU. I promise. Stay tuned. We have been, guys, but we could use even more agencies. We got to go as loud and as big as this as we can, because this is bigger than me. This is for all independent digital journalism. I am floored that this judge thought this was a smart ruling. And there's so much in here. Let's start. I want to start with just the journalist definition. And specifically, as she says, to qualify as a professional journalist, must engage in regular collection and publication of news, which is I do, while working as a salaried employee, which I do, or independent contractor for a newspaper, news journal, news agency, press association, wire service, radio, television station, network, or news magazine. Now, I want to go to the actual, here it is, the statute about, you can see it here. Professional journalist means a person regularly engaged in collecting, photographing, recording, writing, editing, reporting, or publishing news for gain or livelihood.
Like, Okay, so far that's literally it. That's what all he's doing. That's literally all he's fucking doing over here on his channel, on our channel. Like, I'm not crazy, right? It's literally in the fucking Florida statutes for how this shit's like
No,
defined.
no. That's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what we're doing as well.
Like, I'm not cuckoo. I hope I'm
No
not
one's
fucking
calling
cuckoo.
you that.
Yeah, that's me. That's a lot of YouTubers who obtain the information sought while working as a salaried employee of or independent contract. Google actually pays me. We really want to get technical, Judge. Google pays me, but I also have a corporation that pays me. So yeah, I had two corporations, big ones that pay me, or independent contractor for newspaper, news journal, news agency, press association, as you see, blah, 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 network, news magazine. So you see that, okay? Now she's writing this to say, it concludes without analysis that I'm this stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, this is the one thing that I actually needed to take a look at real quick. I actually want to pull up the document itself, because if you guys may or may not recall, we at the Ravenslock also have access to the same tools necessary to actually get these case files pulled up over here. So I hope you'll pardon. I'm literally trying to pull this up right now in real time. To 8.
No. You're fine.
Ladies, I don't know if y'all have got anything so far here, or
Anything you'd like to add?
No. Nope. We are listening.
appreciate it. Thank
Crazy.
you.
So insane is what it is.
Like, okay, what do you mean it's turned up no results? Fuck you, stupid thing. Like, I'm trying to pull up the blessed thing, and it's saying like, oh, there's no results. Like, are you kidding me? I'm pulling it up literally based on the same blasted case file case number here. What do you mean? Oh wait, derp. I'm missing a 0. I feel dumb. Da da da. It's still saying no. What the hell? No, LS. L. What the hell? Jesus. Okay, now this is some bullshit. Let's see. 25-MC-00028-WFJ-LSG. Yeah, no, I've got it. What the fuck is wrong with you, stupid thing? What the hell? Silly fucking thing. Let me actually scroll back over here. Perhaps if I check in there. Let's see. Middle District of Florida. Okay, I think that's probably what I would need to check in with over here. Let's see here. So, civil. Open. Okay, I see what's going on. Jesus freaking Christ.
What's the problem?
Okay, no, it's just I'm dumb and I don't know how to enter things apparently. Ha 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 ha. What the fuck you mean an invalid case number was entered? Fuck you. Ay. Okay, so I guess I got it searched by the fucking map. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to delay.
No, it's okay. I guess I could go ahead and fill in time right now. Like, this is obviously not the first. The first time that it's something like this has happened. Like, celebrities, people of public fame, like they, some of them have shown like signs of thin skin when it comes to public opinions from journalists, whether it's from any type of medium, and they just can't seem to handle opinions. They can't seem to handle criticism.
Can't handle criticism, yeah. What in the hell? You'd think that especially with someone who's like very popular and very well known, that they would be a little bit more open with how they'd be inviting when it comes to their public figure. I get it. There's such thing as certain privacy that people are afforded, even if they're public figures, even if they're people who are even if they're people who are like I said, if they're public figures over here. But the trouble on that is that there's there's still a certain degree of scrutiny that you're going to go by over here. Let's see.
Exactly. You know, the critics are the critics. You know, that this shit's going to happen no matter how hard you try to keep yourself private.
There we go. Let's see here. Middle District of Florida, U.S. District Court. There we go. Case locator with Pacer over there. Go to Pacer. Yeah, come on. I already know this part. Search for a case.
But the fact that Blake Lively is going this far and is winning.
Yeah,
Like-
that's what's just ridiculous. Like, dude, you're gonna go after anyone who is just reporting on this?
Which is
Like, that's overkill. I'm sorry, but if someone is reporting something that is true, it would be yeah, it's one thing to go after people who are literally slandering you and you go after them for defamation and everything. But if you're literally reporting on the facts and shit, like fuck you.
Just to try and save your own ass.
Oh
Yeah,
no, if someone
exactly.
saw that you were doing something bad and is reporting on it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not to get too political, and this will be the only time I bring it up. But this reminds me of freaking like President Trump going after certain going after certain like news stations, like whether it's Fox or CBS or ABC or
CNN.
whatever, and calling them
CNN.
fake CNN.
CNN. Yep. It's
CNN.
mainly CNN.
Mainly CNN, and just calling them fake news and calling reporters stupid.
Yeah, and basically, it's because they are not glorifying. That's why. Oh, you're not painting me in a good light. I'm gonna go after you now. It's like, okay, but that also is freedom of speech. You are reporting on something and you're calling it out as it is.
Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
filed
I
on-
read it.
Was
I
actually
put-
filed.
I peeled open the politics bandage and I'm sealing it back up.
Yeah, I like the last thing I think anyone wants is to be compared to Donald Trump, especially folks in Hollywood. I don't think they would very much like that. But hey, if the shoes fits, then you must wear it. I suppose. I don't fucking know. I'm actually.
I don't know if they're. I don't know if the celebrities would want cankles out of it, but okay.
Ew. Why'd you have to say it that way?
But getting back to the subject here, like this is obviously not a good look this is not good. It is not a good look for Blake Lively, no matter how this turns out. Like whether I know she's winning now, but whether she wins or lose, like I don't know. I think it's like, well, actually, no. I know it's going to paint a bad picture regardless on her. I mean, and of course, she'll have her sympathizers. She'll have people siding with her, as being like, "Yeah, way to go, Blake Lively. You're my hero."
Like, you go, girl. Yeah, you're sticking it to all the men. Like, okay, that's wonderful, but
this isn't a gender issue.
Context matters. There's, you can find context in all this stuff.
But the problem is that with celebrities, like context does not matter because celebrities, unfortunately, have a much bigger influence than journalists. Unless they have ruined their reputation to a point of no return. Pity.
Okay, let me see here.
Sorry, I'm allergic to shitty people.
I know. Let me see here. All right, let me try something over here with the search.
Yeah, you're fine. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check the chat and see what responses we've got so far. Here we go. I got this. All right, Lisa Boo is here. Lisa Boo saying hi. # Team Andy. Tried to take over the dang movie. Wayfair. Yep. Awesome.
There's no fucking information found. I'm looking at the information. Jesus jumped up Christ. Am I missing something? I feel stupid. I feel like I'm a dum-dum or something. I'm literally using the like, y'all can see I'm trying to check the like Middle District of Florida, the Pacer page here.
At this point, don't bother. Yeah, at
No,
this point, don't.
Joseph, if I don't bother, then I don't care. And you should care that I care. We should all care that we care. This is a fucking problem. It's not just one fucking person. It's not just one channel being being put down upon by a celebrity with more money than common sense. This is a problem for all of us, because do you know what these kind of rulings do? They set a precedent. It says, hey, guess what? We're actually the court of law already says on the record, by the way, this, for this reason, because of this case, anyone else can now go after other YouTube channels and try and get them for like, oh hey, I wanted to grab your financial data or your private conversations.
That wasn't the point that I was trying to make, Juan.
All right, I know, but I'm telling you, this is the point that I'm making, and I'm telling you this is why I'm bothering. It's because I am bothered as a motherfucker. I am very much perturbed, and you should be too, because this is very much a problem that will.
Just because I'm not on camera, that doesn't mean that I'm not perturbed.
Never said that is because you're not on camera. You were just saying like, hey, that I should just let it go and quit trying to pull up the document. Like, I can't not pull up the document. It's important that we pull up the document. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Good mercy. I hope you'll pardon me. This was not how tonight was supposed to go, folks. I apologize profusely. This is not on purpose. Alright. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. What the hell? Okay, yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Thank you. Jesus, jumped up price. Okay, there we go. Now we're actually getting to the case. Okay, it's because I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all see it now in my on my screen, right?
Yes.
Ladies, you see it too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay. Good news, I'm not crazy. Yay, we found the freaking the freaking documentation. Yeah. Like, this is literally what we came to when it comes to what Andy was asking for. This is the actual full document, which is why I'm downloading this and saving it, because this is important to us. This is relevant to our interests. We are gonna want to keep our eyes on this for the future. All right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. You're literally watching us here at the Ravens Flock. You're watching me fucking do like saving our data and shit. I'm sorry. I can't fucking help it. We gotta. It's fucking important. So yeah, you can see here. And all this information is a matter of public record. All this information is a matter of what can be of what any person who wants to learn about any sort of court case, you can dig for it, you can find it, you can have this information. There is a charge for like 10 cents per page that you can pay if you download or print it or whatever. They'll just bill us over here at the Ravens Flock, and I'll pay whatever that is. What is it? That's what, 18 pages. What, $1.80, right?
Who knows?
Yeah, sure. Screw it. We ballin'. All right, so yeah, literally here we can see the actual full document, and y'all can see it yourselves. Let's see. So for this is with what was the name of this blessed judge here? Okay, so all right, so we've got them here. Yeah, Judge William F. Young presiding, with Judge Lindsay Griffin as a referral over here. So in the order of between Popcorn Planet and v. Blake Lively, This was filed on my birthday last week, December 2nd, 2025. Under Rule 45D3, Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Popcorn Planet Inc. moves to quash subpoena for documents served by Blake Lively, who responds in opposition. Documents 1 and 2, 8 through 12, because Popcorn Planet fails to establish that the privilege applies or otherwise waives that privilege, and fails to demonstrate an undue burden. The amended motion to quash document 2 is denied. So they're basically saying like, oh hey, because you didn't prove well enough that you're an actual journalistic body that is part of the news community, that you're not allowed to have privileged information held for confidentiality. So Blake Lively's lawyers can continue with grabbing whatever documents, and Andy at this point is compelled by the law to produce these documents for them, which is bullshit and shenanigans. Let me actually get to the next bit that he was bringing up over here. Which they're even bringing up in the situation. Andy Signore is the founder and CEO of Popcorn Planet Inc., which he describes as a, quote, publicly accessible news and commentary channel with nearly 1 million subscribers and a large daily viewership, hosted on Popcorn Planet's designated YouTube channel. Signore describes himself as Popcorn Planet's main host, investigative reporter, and paid employee. Documents 5 and 6 claims extensive experience in journalism and entertainment news reporting. On July 1st, 2025, Lively subpoenaed Popcorn Planet for 7 categories of information related to the underlying action. That's referring to her case with Justin Baldoni. The subpoena called for a response by July 23rd, and on July 25th, Signore moved to quash the subpoena, which he followed with an amended motion to quash on July 29th. In the amendment motion to quash, Popcorn Planet argues that the subpoena seeks material covered by the journalist's privilege, that Lively cannot overcome the privilege, and that the subpoena imposes an undue burden because Lively could obtain the documents from the defendants. Document 2, Lively responds that the subpoena does not seek privileged material, that even if it does, Lively can overcome the privilege, and that the subpoena imposes no undue burden. So, basically saying like, oh, this isn't a problem to you anyway. This is like, you don't count as a journalist, and even if you did, that Blake Lively can grab whatever she wants over here at this point. Now, see, this is the part of the show where I would just go ahead and just start smashing things in frustration, because it's almost as if this judge wasn't paying attention to what an actual fucking YouTube channel does when it comes to news, in terms of pop culture news or any sort of journalistic practice. Here they're even fucking saying, as part of their analysis in part 3 of this thing on page 7 of this exact same document.
Yep. Let me see here. Analysis. Popcorn Planet fails to show that the journalist's privilege applies and otherwise waives its claim of privilege.
Here you got to see. Signore formed Popcorn Planet on June 20th, 2022 as a Florida for-profit corporation for the purpose of media production. He reinstated the corporation on October 8th, 2025 after administrative dissolution in 2024. Signore claims that he is an investigative reporter and receives a salary from Popcorn Planet. Signore describes Popcorn Planet as a publicly accessible news and commentary channel, and himself as the show's main host. The channel is an account on the website youtube.com through which Signore publishes content. Signore describes the channel's content as news videos, some of which features legal experts to comment on high-profile court cases involving celebrities. Signore claims that he is unquestionably entitled to invoke Section 90.5015 Florida statutes, as well as the common law federal privilege. Signore asserts that Florida courts have already determined that statutory journalist privilege under subsection 90.5015 applies to internet-based entities as long as they report the news. See here, he says, however, none of the cases cited by Signore determines as much or contains significant analysis of the statutory language. Similarly, Signore claims that he is a professional journalist as defined in this section, but again offers no analysis of the statutory language and concludes without explanation that Popcorn Planet satisfies the language. Finally, Signore claims that the content published by Popcorn Planet constitutes news because that content is information of public concern, namely in the categories of entertainment, culture, and current events. Like, I stupid? No. I'm not fucking misreading. We're all reading the same fucking
Yes, we are.
words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not.
Yep.
I don't have as much time as I would like to express how fucking frustrating this is, because this shit is fucking frustrating. Andy actually presents in his video, he actually shows folks how he's going through, how he actually brings forth like definitions of journalists. He actually cites Florida statutes. He actually cites in like fucking actual dictionary fucking definitions and shit. What a TV network is, what a news network is. Fucking advertisement. Fuck you. I don't care. I'm not interested in ads right now.
Juan, you need to eat a dessert after we're done.
I need to do a lot of things after we're done. Maybe eating dessert would be nice, but I don't know. I'm still a little chubby. That's not what's important. What's important here is that this shit is bigger than any of us here. Let me see who this is in the chat. Hi there, House of Chatter podcast over here. Would love to collaborate with you sometime. I have to hop over to another live. Okay, cool, House of Chatter. We don't know who you are. You can check with us on our social medias. You are welcome to. Hang on, what got pinned? No, I'm not trying to pin the comment. I'm just unpin. Replace the pin mesh. There we go. All right, whatever. Okay, so what's important over here is that, like Andy goes on and say like, hey, no, like all of these news networks and everything, like where you even have stuff like TMZ that does the same shit that Andy does, except with a bigger budget. You have CNN, you have Entertainment News. They have YouTube channels. They have reporting. They bring their reporting on that channel. They have their own commentary about the reporting that they're bringing forward. They have biases left, right, and center. So what's the difference between Andy and these other news channels that have YouTube channels of their own? Is there a difference?
Absolutely nothing. In terms of what they're doing, like if they're doing the same thing as any, like absolutely nothing. They're also reporting too.
Okay, yeah. So like, why the hell is it that we're working on?
Andy's getting singled out.
Yeah, I can tell you why, or rather, I know why Andy's getting singled out. Namely, because he is a smaller YouTube channel. And namely because like this is a tactic to try and have Andy basically washed out from being able to do any sort of investigative journalism by way of squeezing money out of him through expenses. It's a classic case what happens
God, yeah, no, burying him in court costs.
Exactly. So
Jesus,
to make it to the point where like even if he is right, even if he
can't afford to fight it,
like he wouldn't be able to afford a long protracted fight. Now,
oh fuck.
Like
yeah, no, you're right, because looking at the bigger picture here, yeah, you're right. Regardless of the outcome, he would not be able to. Andy Signore will not be able to afford to handle all those court costs alone, because Blake Lively would bury him under the court costs.
So it's basically picking on the small fry.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. She is a high-profile celebrity in Hollywood. He's just a YouTuber.
Oh no! He's not just a YouTuber. We're just YouTubers. We're smaller. We're way smaller. And that, like I said, that sets a horrible fucking precedent for, okay, if this big fuck celebrity can do this to a YouTube channel, and we have a court record with a judge saying that the YouTube channel doesn't have a standing,
Then it's fair game for the other celebrities to do the same.
to do the same to others, to other YouTubers, to us, to anyone else who does any sort of news commentary, who does any sort of pop culture news, who does any sort of internet journalism. Like CoffeeZilla, for example, he's an investigative journalist. He actually has to get insurance that he has to pay for protection against slander and libel, because he does so much investigation on his end, and he has to put in so much work into it, that when he actually does put out videos about the work that he does, the people that he reports on are like high-end crypto scammers and assholes like Logan Paul.
Speaking of, I was going to say, wasn't he also like entrenched in a legal battle against Logan Paul?
Afraid so, and it's batshit insane to me, only because of the fact that there's the fact that what's his face, CoffeeZilla, was literally just trying to provide details on the stuff that CryptoZoo was doing, which was Logan Paul's is his fucking crappy NFT project, which ended up becoming a freaking scam because of how much nonsense it goes through. Because of the bullshit that it was doing to people in terms of whittling money away. Also, I see Jeannie Ricks in the chat. How's it going, Jeannie Rick? Welcome to the Black Files, and thank you for the $1.99 super sticker.
Yay!
Appreciate it. Sweet mood. Yay! Thank you for the sweet mood. Like, thank you for that. These smaller YouTube channels like ourselves, Andy's like degrees of magnitude bigger than us in terms of subscriber count and all that stuff, and people funneling in. Like, if we made the kind of money Andy Signore does on there, then we could get away with actually being able to work as our YouTube channel full time, and we'd be able to do this stuff the way we've always wanted, you know? Like, Andy is, but for him, since that's his livelihood and that's his living, and he has taxes he's got to pay out of that stuff, then he's got to adjust his the way he lives, and he's got to adjust the way that he's got to pay the bills and shit. This is literally his job. This is literally how he makes a living, and like, we're trying to get to the level where he is, but bullshit like this with, of all fucking people, Blake Lively, like, literally, you can't pick her out of a police lineup if your life depended on it, Ms. Blake Lively. She's that, I'm sorry, like just in my personal opinion, she's generic blonde lady who's an actress. Okay, like, very pretty blonde lady who's got some movies under her belt. The Age of Adeline.
I would say put a Deadpool mask over her, but then again, anybody could do Lady Deadpool.
As a matter of fact, someone else did do Lady Deadpool. She just did the voice of Lady Deadpool.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, no, she was never in the suit. Ryan Reynolds at least had enough nerve to get in the suit, but she couldn't get in the suit in there for production reasons. That's not what's important, is it? What's important in all this shit is all of this basically boils down to with how this situation devolved to this point. It is a problem for all of us. Not just Andy, but it's a problem for us here at the Ravens Flock. It's a problem for other smaller the internet journalists, for other people who use YouTube as their main channel for discussing news or for presenting news, and to actually have discussions in the world of nerd and pop culture and geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. Like, this Saturday, we've got like at least three giant ass news stories we're going to be discussing over here. It's going to be with articles from other bits of reporting, but we're going to be giving our take on this stuff. And like that's one of the things with the Ravens Flock, is that we when it comes to anything where we have to do our own independent investigations, it would usually be dealing with something a little bit more local, like something happening. I don't know. Let's say somebody set someone's the furry costume on fire at a convention or whatever. I don't fucking know. Let's say Holiday Matsuri or whatever, since that's coming up soon.
No, yeah, I get it. And honestly, like, I've lost count of how many celebrities that we've talked about over the years and we've criticized
Exactly.
on our platform. Yeah.
So imagine if any one of them decided to get a wild hair up their ass and decide to sue us, or decide to say like, oh hey, we think that they're part of a coordinated assault against us in order to slander our good name. We want all their personal private information for like messages and bank records and like algorithm shit, because that's like basically what's being demanded of Andy out of this entire ordeal. They're asking for him to produce documents that have nothing to do with the actual case between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. It has nothing to do with the actual case in there, and yet she's doing this as a way to drive the point home of, fuck you all, we can take on whoever we want. You know, at least that's the attitude that's coming off of this kind of nonsense, and that's not something that any fucking buddy should actually tolerate. I don't care if you are if you're a regular Joe Schmo, or if you're a 20-year veteran investigative reporter or whatever, or God help us if you're just a dude like CoffeeZilla who analyzes too much for his own good. Like this, what this is it's a depressingly sharp attack against the freedom of the press. All right, it's worse almost in a way, because there's this thing called slap lawsuits that you can that big corporations do, where a slap lawsuit is basically called, it stands for a strategic lawsuit against public participation, which is basically just like a corporation or a wealthy individual trying to silence any sort of critics, any sort of activists or journalists, and talking about any sort of activities. We've seen this stuff. John Oliver on Last Week Tonight did a whole bunch of different bits of reporting about slap lawsuits being thrown about from different asshole corporations and from different asshole government officials and stuff, who are trying to throw this against regular common folks and who participate in like protests, or who do their own bit of journalism and do their own bit of investigation, or try to do some whistleblowing and shit. But apparently that's not a fucking problem over here. We've got anti-slap laws here in Florida, which I wish to God can be invoked in this situation, and that's what I would like to give my own 2 cents on, as far as where what these what folks can do to combat this kind of intimidation tactic. And I'm going to show you guys in the chat, and I'm going to show you guys at home for you to see on your own time and on your own dime. Where is the thing? Open. I found you. Now you go here. Get away from me. There. Okay. So y'all can see exactly where all this mess comes from. I would like you to turn your attention to this page on Online Sunshine over here, which is literally like the page of the Florida statutes. So you can even see it. We're literally just fucking bringing this stuff up. It says it right here, like strategic lawsuits against public participation, slap, are prohibited. It is the intent of the legislature to protect the rights in Florida to exercise the rights of free speech in connection with public issues, and the rights to peaceably assemble, instruct representatives, and petition for redress of grievances before the various government entities of this state as protected by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution and subsection 5, Article 1 of the state constitution. It is the public policy of this state that a person or governmental entity not engage in slap suits because such actions are inconsistent with the right of persons to exercise such constitutional rights of free speech in connection with public issues. Therefore, legislature, the legislature finds and declares that prohibiting such lawsuits are as herein described will preserve this fundamental state policy, preserve the constitutional rights of persons in Florida, and assure the continuation of representative government in the state. So let's see here. So basically, like it says right here, free speech and concern in connection with public issues mean any written or oral statement that is protected under applicable law and is made before a governmental entity in connection. Like so, like this is stuff is in as far as the government is concerned, but not against like a corporation or any other like larger entity in terms of someone with more authority or with someone who has larger cachet with the within public discourse. You know, so yeah, we've got this connection when it comes to the government. The government is not allowed to crap on you or participate in any lawsuit to silence you. Okay, so we've got that here in Florida. If there is any similar law that allows for this kind of protection also against like private individuals who have a larger like cache of wealth and influence, i.e. celebrities, i.e. actors, i.e. Blake freaking Lively, maybe we'd have something that I could, sleep easy with that night. I don't fucking know.
If only.
If fucking only. I am Dios mío. Sorry, because I had this stuff pulled up, mostly, and then we have the computer problems. I feel like I'm acting like an amateur. I'm sorry. I'm literally just that frustrated. I'm that perturbed with this entire ordeal. I'm even double checking to see if there was any other blasted law that I could point towards in terms of in the Florida statutes, but that's literally the only ones that we've got, as opposed to, in regards to this stuff here. Like the only other thing that we've got here was that we have one in narrow view where it comes to homeowners being protected from lawsuits. I'm like, okay, cool, but what the fuck? Can we not expand this? Can we not work on getting this kind of protection? Unfortunately, I'm running for federal office, so I can't affect this on the state level. But I wish to God we could come up with some sort of federal anti-slap laws, on the federal level, and have that apply nationwide. That way, the like giant fuckers and corporations and wealthy folks can't get away with this kind of BS. I would really like to make this a part of my campaign.
What we can do is, of course, continue to raise awareness of this, and to send a message that, this type of journalism is acceptable and is allowed, and we are free to do so under the statutes of the law, and we're not breaking the law in doing so.
Right. No, we're not breaking the law. Neither are we asking for or doing anything illicit or anything horrible or wrong in this case. We're literally just trying to make sure that we're protecting our own privacies as well. As people who practice journalism for this in this instance, we want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and the people who confide in us in terms of sources. And this comes comes as a result of people putting their trust in you to protect their privacy in order for you to help present any sort of story or any sort of situation that they are advertising or that they are trying to bring awareness of. And so with you publishing their stories and with you bringing those stories to light, that is a show of good faith between people, and that's something that needs to be freaking taken care of. And Andy fell asleep. No, he just texted me, "Sorry, dude, I fell asleep." No, I just said, "It's okay." Yeah, don't sweat it, Andy. If he's watching or if he watches afterwards, like I just said, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. He needs his beauty rest. I know the feeling. I was supposed to try to take some kind of rest after work, but we had shit to do. So,
adulting, yay!
Yay, adults.
like, I would love nothing more for us to try to find a way to expand this kind of to actually expand this kind of protection, because it is our duty
Becoming
as
more common.
it's for it to be more common, or for it to be more to be broader for protection, because any of us can engage in journalistic activity, as if we're doing investigation, if we're vetting sources, if we're corroborating someone else's claim with evidence, then and presenting that evidence to the public, then that is, guess what, that's fucking journalism, people. I know it doesn't sound like I'm taking what I'm saying seriously because I'm rubbing my eyes, but that's what's important. My eyes are itchy. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. What I'm saying is true. Just because my eyes itch and what I'm saying it doesn't mean it's not true. So take that. It's frustrating to me, but only because I know how hard Andy and the folks that he's teamed up with here in the Popcorn Planet channel. You know, we've got Kim, we got Steph the Alter Nerd. They help out on the channel as well. He works on his own a lot of the time, literally just trying to talk to people, literally just trying to listen to people and get them to discuss things and get them to present information to you and provide evidence and provide proof and all, which is something that is getting harder and harder to do these days because we live in a post-truth era. We live in the era of like anything can be made, it can be falsified, and if you can convince enough people that what you've falsified is true, then they'll believe that and they'll defend that to the end. But the truth still fucking matters. You know, that's why we're over here, like, not just crapping on AI because it looks like shit, and because it's wasteful in terms of money and environmental costs and power costs, but it's also because the shit and garbage that people use AI generated shit content and videos and sound in order to do, they do this shit and it undermines our fucking perception of reality itself. And
it also dismisses real artists, especially when they try to pass it off as art.
Exactly, or worse, as okay, I want to give you an example of something. There was a video that was circulating around in the last week or so of what looked like some camera phone footage of an NYPD officer chewing out a masked ICE agent and cutting to another set of NYPD officers arresting a different ICE agent who's masked up and everything at a subway platform, also in New York. So also an NYPD officer, and immediately people are like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing! I can't believe it! The NYPD are standing up. There's actually standing up against ICE, against this horrible against this horrible fucking treatment that ICE are putting on people." Guess fucking what? The video
was it AI?
The video was AI.
Of course,
I'm not
it was.
freaking surprised.
Two
course.
turns on it. Number one, the speech was between the people in there was way too quick. And you notice how when it comes to like when there's AI generated video, everyone almost speaks too quickly as if to keep it within like a 5-second like time limit or whatever. And that's a very instantaneous tell. The second, the NYPD badge, the emblem on the officer's shoulder, it just looked like NYPD, but the actual writing on it was gibberish. It was like freaking hieroglyphics. I wanted so bad to believe it, but I knew that I had to check. And it was immediately just from looking at that. And that was all within a span of like 10 seconds for me to look at that video. And then I was like, oh, man, this is so... Oh, no, never mind. But people still...
You got excited. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got excited. I got a little hopeful. I got a little... I say, someone played the spell card Rain of Hope on me. It was beautiful. It was amazing. But then reality ensued.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone played the spell card Rain of Hope. Each player gains 1,000 life points. Sorry, nope. No, instead we have to play the spell card Share the Pain.
Boo.
Boo. Ugh. Yes, I'm using Yu-Gi-Oh card vernacular in this shit. That's part of my charm, okay?
Hey, if the card fits in the sleeve.
That was good.
Well, thank you. I'll be here all night.
I mean, where else are you gonna be? That's where your bed is. Like, but I'm Tish. Hassan made it in the chat. How's it going, Hassan? He's like, can't wait for the Game Awards on YouTube. Yeah, that's this Friday. We're gonna also check out the Game Awards. Also, Hassan's mentioning how they're gonna. He's also looking forward to the fallout of TNA Wrestling's Final Resolution pay-per-view. So yeah, we're gonna see about that as well. The point is that where we're like when we're living in an era now where people can make shit up and there's enough people who will believe that shit, it is more important now than ever that you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And if you're telling the truth, that you come with receipts, that you bring the proof, and that proof comes in beyond the shadow of a doubt. That's all that is fundamental in journalism 101. Like even though I couldn't finish my college degree, I studied enough in journalism that this was shit that was drilled into my head. This was drilled in. You always verify your fucking sources. You always trust your fucking. No, you always protect your fucking sources. You present everything to your editor as it is, and from there you actually make sure that it comes out with as little editorial interference as possible, so that it comes out with the exact intended delivery that it's meant to have. Like, this shit's important here. This is something that I had been that I had been drilled in for forever and a day since I was in high school, and then when I went to college, this is what I studied for. It's why it's such a stick in my craw here, for fuck's sake. It's why it's such a bee in my buttermilk. It rustles my jimmies. I am very, very pissed. But that's not important. Me being pissed isn't what's important. What's important is that we actually tell the truth and that we actually report on this stuff. Andy does this stuff as his livelihood. He is an independent investigative journalist. I can vouch for him on this because of the hard work that he's been doing, and even any sort of discussion that I might try to strike up with him as far as any sort of story that he's talking about, he is so tight fucking lipped on a lot of that shit that it's like you can't get anything out of him unless he's ready to actually discuss. He is
exactly, and that's part of the golden rule of journalism. Cover your sources.
Exactly, and I'm not even doing that to try to wheedle anything out of it. I'm literally just bringing that up to make conversation and shit. But yeah, sorry.
And more to the point, like you said, he's been doing this for many years. Like, if you go through his channel and look through his videos, the work speaks for itself.
Right, and the whole argument that is being made by Blake Lively's legal team is that Andy's part of a big web of conspiracy of journalists, like Candace Owens of all people is also involved in this stuff, because she was reporting on this case for a little while too before she started reporting on the conspiracy theory of people trying to shoot her or something. I don't remember what her thing is this week. I'm not gonna rag on that. That's not what's important. What's important is, like, Candace Owens is even involved in this stuff, but she's not dragged in as nearly as much of this legal battle as Andy is, because A, Candace is married to a billionaire, so she's not hurting for cash, and B, because she's married to a billionaire, she can afford a legal team to take care of her shit and get her, like, any sort of subpoena action or anything like that thrown out. Andy, unfortunately, is not a billionaire. We are not billionaires. CoffeeZilla is not a billionaire. We've got to try to protect our asses as best as possible when it comes to any sort of sources that we may have. I've got people that talk to me privately about stuff happening in the con community here in Florida that I haven't even told Jose about. Sorry, Jose. No offense.
None taken.
Like, I'm sorry, but it's fucking it's maddening because it's important that you protect your sources. It's important that you protect yourself against like frivolous lawsuits like this crap that Blake Lively's doing, which is why she's literally using the wealth and influence that she's got. She's got her husband Ryan Reynolds helping bankroll her, because what doting husband wouldn't support his wife, even if it's something this fucking like. I hate to say it, it's heinous, but like there's like I don't blame him for doing it, but it's still a heinous thing to do. That what she's up to. All this because she feels this wronged and she feels this slighted over a film that she basically tried to hijack, a film that already went in and raked in well over almost 10 times more than its actual budget. Let me actually find out how much that was again. Jesus Christ. Because what was the budget on this thing? It Ends With Us had a budget of, $25 million? Let's say double that for the marketing or whatever the fuck. The box office was $351 million. So over 10 times the budget.
Yeah, and
What
fucking Blake and Blake Lively is fucking sweating over what Andy Signore is doing, which is his reporting on. Like, honey, you are a $1 billion a high profile celebrity,
She's not
and
$1
you're
billion. Actually,
fine, whatever. You're a millionaire. You're a millionaire celebrity who's married to Ryan Reynolds. Get the fuck off your privileged high horse, bitch.
I don't know, Jose. Her net worth as of 2024, 2025 is only $30 million.
30 million? Wow.
Yeah, I know. The poor thing. According to CelebrityNetWorth.com, like literally, this is where her net worth is calculated in based on the films that she's made and as the different communal assets that she has with Ryan Reynolds since they're married, and the different projects and endorsements that she's been built in with. So, like, fucking lady, you've got money. It may not be.
She got it made.
Like you've got money. What the hell is wrong with you? Why
Greed.
pick on somebody
Yeah.
who's broke as a fuck? Like us, like Andy, like the Ravens flock, or anyone like that. You don't need it. It's to prove that she can. It's to show people that she can put them
A power trip.
Exactly. It's a fucking power trip.
It's like, hey, I could afford this. You can't, you peasant.
And basically wanting to show how powerful she is and making others squirm and scaring off people and making sure that they don't do this again.
Yeah, seriously, it's a type of fucking behavior that would make billionaires like Elon Musk and fucking Jeff Bezos blush.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Because remember, the billionaires have no souls.
No, what I'm saying is that like this is a typical behavior that they would endorse and do.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is shit that they would do. You're right. But truthfully, like this is something that I wish to God that there was a much more civil way to fucking deal with. I wish there was a way to actually conduct oneself in this nonsense without it being this much of a hassle. I wish that there was a way to actually combat this without it being this much of a hassle. Pistols at Dawn? Pistols at Dawn?
You don't have pistols.
Okay, fine. Paintball pistols at dawn. How's that? Nobody gets killed. We won't even freeze the paintballs. Okay, well, we'll be nice and we'll make them room temperature so they actually pop. All right, let's.
I'm sorry, Juancho. We only have Nerf guns, and those are considered less lethal than paintball.
Then Nerf
I mean,
guns
it's
to the
Nerf or
eyes.
nothing.
Nerf guns to the eyeballs at dawn. There. Okay, that's as far as a compromise as I'm willing to fucking go with all this. No, like freaking. No, I'm not actually advocating violence. I'm over here trying to say, like, if there was a fucking simpler way to resolve all this ego trip and this nonsense that Blake Lively's drowning everyone else in, if there was a more civil way to fucking deal with this, I'd be more than happy to endorse that shit. Unfortunately, this is the society we live in, where people with more money get to make the fucking rules. And this ruling from this judge is basically, it's no fucking, it puts it down almost without any sort of real fucking case on there. Like, it even says it in the fucking document that Andy was sharing on his video. Even if Popcorn Planet established that the privilege applies, Blake Lively overcomes it. Even that established that the items sought by Lively fall within journalistic privilege, but Lively can overcome it. Document 8 at page 22-24. The Quest and Lively subpoena are directly relevant and material to her claim that the defendants in the underlying action orchestrated a campaign to defame her with the help of third parties who created disparaging and false content. Further,
okay, but where's the proof? Okay, but where's the proof in wrongdoing?
No, this isn't. No, there's no matter in there being any proof of wrongdoing, because she can overcome that stuff. That's not even it. Like the let's see here, documents at 59-136. Furthermore,
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just like, innocent until proven guilty.
Joe, this isn't about innocence and guilt. This is civil court. This is civil lawsuits. Remember, there's liable and not liable. This isn't an actual criminal case. Like, it even says, furthermore, an in-camera review reveals that the responsive materials are directly relevant and material to Lively's claim. Lively further establishes that she tried to discover this information from the defendants and to some extent has been unable to obtain these materials from them. Lively demonstrates a compelling need because these materials go to, quote, to the heart of the matter. That is the primary theory underlying Lively's defamation claim. Carol v. TheStreet.com Inc. At page 8 from back in 2014, explaining that Florida law and the 11th Circuit, quote, directs courts to pierce the journalist privilege in libel cases when a journalist is a defendant and where a plaintiff's need for the information goes to the heart of the matter. The problem is, he's not a defendant in her court case with Justin Baldoni. He's not a relevant person to her case. Her case is with Wayfarer Studios and with Justin Baldoni. He's reporting on shit completely independent of any communication that might be happening with fucking anyone involved in either fucking side. Obviously, like, if you're coming at me with being from Blake Lively's legal team saying, hey, we would like to discuss this, we would be grilling. Or, hey, we would like, or if you're coming in from Justin Baldoni's side, over here at the Ravensflock, we'll say, hey, we would like to discuss this. Okay, we'll fucking grill you here too. We don't care. We care about actually presenting the truth and, like, full stop, and we will grill. We are going to actually, if there's any holes in your story, we're going to poke them open. We're going to show people, and it's up to you to prove or disprove what is being said. Like, all we're doing is making sure that we're doing the due diligence for the public interest in providing this information. We'll give our take and our opinions and stuff, and anyone who's got any sort of discerning mind, you can tell what's opinion and what's fact. We are showing the facts. We're giving our opinion about these facts. This document is a fact. This document is a fact. It's a matter of public record. The news stories brought up about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Oh, by the way, their trial was postponed by 2 fucking months over here, thanks to the same judges. All because she's been fucking asking for it, and she went and celebrated the ruling to postpone the case further. So la-di-da, nice for you, good fucking going. And at that point, it's like these are articles of fact. And yes, I'm giving my fucking opinion on these facts. Yes, I'm also giving you my displeasure at these facts, which is my personal opinion. So, like, I don't know why this is such a fucking problem with this judge that can't see this stuff, or is either can't see it or refuses to see this stuff for what it is. Fucking hell. Heart of the matter, fucking spare me. she had any heart, she wouldn't be suing this guy in the first place. I don't know what to tell you guys. This stuff fries my ass in a way that makes me want to be much angrier than I am presenting for folks. I would like to be very, very angry. I want to show how fucking angry this makes me. I really, really do. But I'm not gonna, because I may not be professional, but I've got standards. You don't call the Ravens Flock professionals, but we do have standards when it comes to our fucking behavior on screen or or at conventions and shit, you know?
Correct.
Like, I always make a rule, and if we're at a con, if we're doing coverage, if I've got our colors on, if we have our flock shirts on, we're there as the Ravens Flock, we're presenting ourselves, and we're streaming, and we're being professional. After we're done streaming, or after we're done and we're continuing to enjoy the rest of the convention, if we're not in our Ravens Flock shirts, we're there as ourselves, we're there to enjoy ourselves, we're there to socialize and to make memories with our friends and family at these events that we know and love, right?
Yeah, because we enjoy doing this stuff.
We never hid that. We never made any sort of secret about that. And that's how you can differentiate us, right? So,
right.
Like, Andy, he doesn't do conventions like we do, but he does a lot of reporting. He does a lot of investigative reporting. He does a lot of discussions and a lot of interviews with people, which is apparently something that doesn't rub Blake Lively right, especially considering that he's also producing a documentary about this entire ordeal, something that he wasn't even trying to be a part of, but but her legal team decided to drag him into it. And since the movie was called It Ends With Us, he went ahead and named it It Ends With Justice, which is fucking awesome. So you can actually see here, if you go onto Popcorn Planet's actual website, you can actually go in, you sign up for his membership, and you can watch the documentary parts that are published so far. Like, you can see the trailer, you can actually see the wild different stories and interviews that he's brought up in regards to this whole story, in regards to this entire ordeal. Like, literally, like, he pulls up a production diary for folks, and like, as he goes in further into the story, he ended up becoming a part of the story without meaning to. So lo and behold, this is what happened. Like I don't know about you, but this stuff is journalistic.
It's journalistic, and it's also like the evolution of his content.
Exactly. Like, it's investigative reporting. It's no different than how you'd see like these true crime documentaries on Netflix about like like how they're saying, oh, P. Diddy, he made the estate of Notorious B.I.G. pay for his own funeral while P. Diddy was dancing and singing about him at the MTV Music Awards, Video Music Awards, right? Like, that's something that people are making claims about based on the new P. Diddy documentary that 50 Cent fucking bankrolled. Like, go fucking figure. You can argue about the biases on there, and trust me, there's no argument that 50 Cent has a bias against P. Diddy, so there's no one can argue against that. But the information that's brought up has enough factual basis where you can say, like, okay, maybe there's enough there to form this kind of opinion or that kind of opinion. You know, you could even like watch these kind of things and say, like, okay, I see the actual evidence that you're bringing up. Here's why I think it's bullshit. ABC, XYZ, and this doesn't fit with part A and B. People aren't too stupid that we don't know how to make up our own minds. Unfortunately, there are a shitload more people out there who are fooled by propaganda and by AI and by cult of personality of people who are celebrities like Ms. Blake Lively, who will believe one side over another because, oh, I happen to like this person more, so I'll just believe them more. No, I'm sorry. Like, I'll take whatever information you've got, but I'm still going to take that grain of sand to go with it. I have to. I'm sorry, but like too many people come up with lies and bullshit all the time. It's our responsibility to be properly discerning fucking human beings and be able to make up our own minds, and that's part of what the press is about. In order to provide that information so that we can make up our minds and provide
Exactly, and we don't try to take things at face value.
right, not everything at face value at the very least. If you're telling me, oh hey, the sky's turning pink, like I'll have to like. I'm not just gonna fucking believe you. I'll fucking peek out the fucking window. I'll even say like, no, it's not turning pink. It's turning dark blue because it's sunset. No, but it was pink just a few moments ago. It was because the sun is setting. It is not pink anymore. It's the sun is going down. Okay? That's how the light spectrum works. That's how the sky fucking works. Like, I'm not just gonna believe you and say that if you're saying that it's pink all the time from now on. No, I'm gonna tell you how this shit goes down. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap us up because we already went way long because of the problems with the computer. Dragon Fang Zayana, I know you didn't get to say much over here. I'm very sorry. I don't know what would you like to add to all this here. What would you like to spit in here for your final?
He's a bully.
Yeah. 100% bully. This is what bullies do. They try and silence people so they could continue doing this bullshit.
You know, the power trip,
Yeah.
picking on people who are
Lower
lower
than
them,
them.
weaker than them. It's
And then they think that they could just get away with this every single time.
well, most of them they do because
Yeah.
they do have the money.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's why you don't really see them trying to go after a lot of people who have the money.
Yeah. They always pick and choose who they want to go after. And they tie them up with so much red tape that they can't do anything.
Or they make them go bankrupt.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking terrible. So
Yeah.
I appreciate it, girls.
Yep.
Jose, why don't you go ahead and let us know your final thoughts as well, and if you'd be so kind, also tell us what we can expect on tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind.
All right, so first of all, final thoughts on this whole situation. Blake Lively is a fucking bitch. She's a celebrity rich bitch who is picking a fight with Andy Signore and winning. I say it with the utmost contempt. And you're right. Like this thing is gonna create like a big ripple effect. Like all the high level people here, celebrities, billionaires, or whatever the fuck. Like they're gonna look at this and they're gonna have like this sense of like invincibility. Like if she could do it, they could do it too. They could get away with it and try to silence any independent journalists who dare to speak up, who dare to criticize or anything like or whatever. And that's why I'm saying that it's important that we bring this that we bring this to a level of awareness, that we spread this to as many people as we know online, especially the information that you uncovered, Juan.
I didn't really uncover anything, to be perfectly honest. I'm literally.
Well, I mean, not uncover, but I mean, like especially the information that you shared with us.
Yeah. No, you're right there. It's important that we show the truth, that we show people what is actually happening, and why we shouldn't let people who are bigger than us and more powerful and wealthier bully us like this.
Exactly. This type of journalism is here to stay. So is Andy Signore. So is Popcorn Planet. So is the Ravens flock.
Yeah, and the good news is he is appealing this entire motion. So if anyone wants to try and support Andy, go to his channel, go to his website, go to popcornplanet.com. Y'all can check out his his Give Send Go page that he set up for it in order to try and support him. If it's within your means, if it's something that you want to or that you're able to do, then by all means go for it, folks, because this is not just about him. It's about anyone who fancies himself a journalist, anyone who fancies himself a defender of the First Amendment and of free speech, and standing up for the little guy,
Yeah. Now, for tomorrow night's edition of Wrestle Rewind, which is every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube and Kick, join me and my tag partner, Mr. Juan Arouse, as we review 3 of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. On tomorrow night's edition, we're going to be reviewing the 3 shows for the week, including the TV special of AEW's Winter is Coming. And in the main event of that TV special is a one-on-one contest for the AEW World Championship, as the defending champion Samoa Joe goes one-on-one against Eddie Kingston. We'll have more on that to discuss tomorrow night. Juan, back to you.
All right, thank you, Joe. Thank you, guys, and I'll go ahead and wrap us up real quick. Truthfully, Andy, I'm sorry that this whole computer problem laid us as bad as it did. You are always welcome to come over so we can actually discuss this properly. You are always welcome to you like our Mikasa Sukasa when it comes to any sort of discussion. We've got your back. We may not have like the fucking millions of dollars that we wish we could provide in order to fight this kind of case, in order to provide the kind of protection that journalists deserve. But we're giving our heart out, and we're gonna continue defending this stuff, because if it's being done to someone like him, it's gonna be done to someone like us, and I cannot abide by that. And you better believe, however this turns out, we'll discuss it right here on this program, the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, The Black Files, hosted by yours truly, Juan Arouse. Be sure to request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, unless the computer wants to be an asshole again. Simulcasting here on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlock online, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock. Humble home of the Black Files. Los amigos play, Wrestle Rewind, and Ravensflock. For Zane has